bet before the weekend's out, this Friday evening, I bet before the weekend's out, we're gonna end up with a car in the surf. You look at these sandbars out here. The beach has got some big sandbars, low tides. What happens, people come down here, they'll drive out in the sandbars, they'll try and cross that water. There's that sandbar out there. They'll try and cross that water, not realizing that water is 3, 4, 5 feet deep. I'll bet before the weekend's out, we'll get a couple rigs to try and maneuver through that water, and we'll end up with a tow out of them. There's a prime example of the sandbars that get people in trouble. You see those little fingers of water, and they think they can drive across them. That little finger of water could be 4, 5, 6 feet deep. Even these little ones up here, you see that little pool of water right there? That little pool of water could be 1 inch deep. It could have a hole that's 3 or 4 feet deep. That's the kind of stuff that gets people in trouble. We got a nice one coming up right here. I bet for the weekend's over, we're gonna have some cars stuck in these. See, that little pool of water doesn't look that bad, but it's probably 3 or 4 feet deep in areas. So people come, they'll be driving down the beach, they'll try and cross them, drop their front tires in, panic, hit their brakes, and that's the end of it. I'm sure before this weekend's out, we'll have a couple of cars that get in trouble in them. There's a nice big one building right there. Look at that one. See that one right there? The tide's coming in right now. We see that little sandbar out there. That little sandbar. That little sandbar. That water's probably 3 feet deep between us and the sandbar. There's a little hole right here in front of us. Well, I told Randy yesterday when we were on the beach that the beach is getting set up for like a perfect storm. This time of year, we don't normally get these big tide pools like this, but we haven't had much pounding surf. When I came out here yesterday, I saw these big pools of water, and I told Randy, I bet before the weekend's over, we'll have a truck and drive off a sandbar. And I just got a call. I got a 1-ton Ford a mile north of Long Beach, and he tried to drive between the sandbar and the water, and he got himself stuck. So I'm heading down about 8 miles south to winch him off a sandbar. I'm taking a full drive international record. These sandbars build up, and you get these little fingers of water coming off the sandbars, and people think they can drive through them. The problem with those little fingers of water, sometimes there'll be potholes that are 2 and 3 feet deep. Sometimes you'll see a little water right out there. That little bit of water could be 4 or 5 feet deep. You don't know, and so if you just think your four-wheel drive is going to shoot through them, you can sometimes be in for a real shocker. We're still about 4 miles away from this guy. You can see how the sandbars have built up though, and at the end of each sandbar, there's that little stream of water that runs out. That one right there looks like it's probably 3 feet deep. People just don't think before they drive into them. They just figure that the water's shallow and they can get out. Look at this one right here. That's a deep one right there. See a sandbar on your right? Then you look to the left, there's another sandbar. Well, people think they can drive through those holes. That one right there is probably 4 or 5 feet deep. So you can see how people can get the misconception that water's shallow, but it's not. Sometimes those holes are over your head. I'm hoping I can get out to this guy. Well, there he is out in the sand hole. That's a good one. He got himself in there good. I'm gonna lock my hubs in before I go down there. That's about 8 feet of water right there when the tide comes in. about a $500 fine for being out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the clam beds. We need to get out of here.
No idea.
Huh?
I had no idea. I just didn't see the
I don't have a lot of clam beds in Texas. Shows a Texas license number, phone number.
Yeah.
You just get it from Texas.
Company got it based out.
Oh, hang on a minute here. You got a ball on there? Come out the ball. Right out. We're way out on the sandbar. You can see this is probably, where we're at right now is about 10 feet of water at high tide. We're gonna get off this sandbar. I'll meet him up above.